Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I am dressed for fall. It is still so hot here in South Florida, but the way the sunlight is hitting, you can tell that it's just slightly warmer, coming from a slightly different direction, giving us really pretty shadows. And so it is still feeling like fall. If it would just cool down a little bit, it would be perfect. Nonetheless, I'm in the mood. It's been a while since I've gone antique shopping. There's a couple places that I haven't been in a few months, and I am in the mood. So I'm going to take you guys along with me, vintage and antique shopping today, and I will pick you up at the first stop.
This is Fine Lions Antiques. The signage just says antiques, so I figured that I would show you guys from this side, but it is in the plaza next door to Cooper City Antique Mall.
Okay, I saw this blue glassware. So pretty. There's some etched detail on it. I've never seen a really ice light blue glassware like this. It also has the matching bowl. It looks like it's very old and it's also priced quite high, but I really love like a French blue, and I think that that's really pretty. It's not something that I would personally buy, but I really think that that's beautiful and something different. I also really like this blue and white, although again, I don't really buy blue and white, but I think that that's really pretty, as well as this vase back here in the blue and white is really beautiful. And then I saw this acrylic box. It's very sturdy. It has a white lining in it. It's $95. I have bought some acrylic pieces like this in the past. They hold up really well. I actually have one similar to this, but in a rectangular shape that I use as my office trash can. I think this one's probably an ice bucket, but it's one of those cool elements that really pulls more modern, and it's functional for a lot of different things, even like storage if you have a little something that you need to store or have a storage place that's out in the open. It looks good on a table or something like that. So I think stuff like that is quite nice. I also saw this section with all of these old clocks. It's really pretty, again, for a tabletop decor or something like that. It's very like old world. I think that these three are my favorite. The sort of silver, the glass, and this one's probably glass too. It doesn't have too much sparkle, but those are pretty as well. I see there's two matching sconces back here. It's quite hard to find a pair of vintage lights. You can often find them on First Dibs, but they're priced quite high. It's much harder if you're just looking at local shops, but those two are nice. I think that they could be really pretty for like a vanity space with the brass, and milk glass is a really pretty and classic combo. These are also very nice. I have been on the hunt for some coasters, silver coasters like this. These are nice, simple ones. They're in a set of 4. The top one looks quite scratched up compared to the others, but those are nice and practical, and they look good sitting on a side table or a coffee table, ready to go. I see these in a very pretty blue color. There's a pair, which again is nice. I just pulled them out because they're almost the exact same color as like blue Hager, but I flipped them over and they're actually from Home Goods. The label looks very old, but I think that those are nice too. I like that simple silhouette, but right now I'm not buying any more blues. So this is pretty. I like that it's a more ivory color. There's a lot of intricate detail on it. I think that it could be really pretty for like a plate wall or something like that. It's really different. I haven't seen anything like that. at least not recently. This is so incredibly charming in this ivory color, almost such a deep ivory that it pulls like butter yellow. It has the matching saucer, which unfortunately looks like it has been repaired. But look at these shell details with the scallop edge. It is so tiny. This is absolutely beautiful. Let me see if I can get a better zoom on that maker's mark. Wow. That would be such a beautiful item to collect. Okay, I don't want to ask to get in this case, but this stuff sort of gives a similar vibe. It actually looks, oh yeah, it probably is the same. Those look more like appetizer or salad plates. I really love the plates and the little mug, but I'm not too sure about this. These are very pretty glasses. I love that base on them. They sort of have that hexagon shape at the top. They look very French. And 2, 4, 5. It looks like there's 5. I feel like I harp on this all the time, but if it's not a full set, I won't buy it. But that being said, if I really fall in love with something, I will, and it's not a full set, I will buy it and I will collect a full set over time. So a lot of things like this you can take photos of and you can reverse search on Google by uploading an image and then seeing if anything comes up. That is a good way to do it, and most things you can collect over time like that. There's some things that are unique one-of-a-kind pieces, or they were made in really small batches, like you'll see that with some silverware, but for the most part, you can collect things over time. These are very pretty cocktail napkins. I love the little detail with the poinsettia and that really dainty lace trim. They would be really pretty for the holidays. There's only one, but I see, ooh, all cotton. It says made in Switzerland, DESCO, Desco. That's very pretty. This place is a little bit overwhelming because there's stuff everywhere, but this is pretty. This ironstone tureen. I like that it's simple. It's like a little bit more rounded than some of them. Even though I've been looking for some reason, this isn't quite right. And it's because I'm looking for something that blends in with my other stuff. So something that has an emblem or a silhouette or something like that that ties into all of the other items that I have, like all my serveware. And I know that when I find something that's right, it's just going to hit and I'm just going to know and be able to see it. So that's why I keep passing on a lot of these, but they are very pretty. This copper mold, fish mold, is so pretty. It needs to be retinned on the inside. You can see how it's not like silver and shiny. There are places that you can ship these out and they'll retin them for like 50 or $100 plus you pay for shipping. I think that this is quite nice, but I am looking for maybe some tins. I've had it in my mind for a while since I have copper hanging in the kitchen, but this one's not quite right. I've seen some before that I like. Ooh, and I see this one. This is one that I would actually consider. But what do you put in here? I think that they were meant for like maybe jelly molds. I won't buy anything unless I can actually use it. So I don't want to put stuff in the kitchen that's just for show, but that is very pretty. Now I am back at Cooper City Antique Mall. I see this tureen is still here. I look at it every time I come and I sort of do want it, but I'm just not sure. And then this is so similar to the dish that I have with the silver rim. This one has engraving in the middle, but if it was the same, I would buy it because I've been using those dishes everywhere, like all over the house for decoration, for my rings. I literally, even my supplements, I've been using it every day. These are really pretty. Oh, I don't know what that says on there. Maybe that's just Sharpie, but I love that little silhouette. They're an off-white. I think I'm gonna ask them to open the case. Those little guys back there are really pretty with this little guy that looks like it matches. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a leaf detail at the bottom. That would be so cute as like a bud vase. This is a really unique shape. I don't like the gold detail there in the middle, but the silhouette from the side is pretty. It sort of reminds me of like Swedish or like Danish something. And I see these, they look like little engraved bells. Actually, now that I'm up close, it looks like the top and the bottom rim are like a really light blue. But those are beautiful. They have poinsettias engraved on them. Be really pretty Christmas decor. I wish they were all white. This lantern, this is Wolfrid or Wolfard. They still make them now. They're very expensive now. This one I already looked and it's, you can't see, but 33, which is a really good price. But they're more delicate, sort of like a hurricane candle holder, and more modern looking. These are actually what made me start looking at oil lamps or oil lanterns as Christmas decor. I found these, I really wanted to get a set of like 3 or 6 of them, and it was like hundreds of dollars to do that. So anyway, what a beautiful piece. I still haven't bought any, but I'm definitely thinking about it now. Okay, so interesting. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you might know that I collect white lattice. So right now I have like some bowls and a little bit of serveware. I have a couple items, like 3 or 4 pieces. I've been collecting it really slow, but it's one of like my active collections that I regularly look for. And this lamp, I don't have anywhere to put this, but I've never seen anything like it. It's white lattice with the really dark wood base. I would, get a good lampshade for that, but such a substantial lamp and really beautiful. I mean, look at that detail. Super different. And these right next to it, little angels, little cherubs, would be really cute for Christmas decor. Looks like it's 39. I would hope for both. Holy, I didn't even see her. She's scary, but these are super cute. I see these little mugs with the matching saucer and the little cream dish in the back. I have a vase that matches that, and I bought a pitcher. That's all I would buy. I don't really want like a full set like this, but the vase is one that I've used for ever. I inherited it from my mom, and now I keep it on the master nightstand full time. So, anyway, those are pretty. They have like shell detail on them, or what would you say that is? Urchin. Urchin detail, maybe? Sea urchin. I'm not huge on Lenox. I do like some of their like little display houses and stuff for Christmas and the holidays, but this stuff looks nice with it's like an off-white and has a silver rim. Actually, this entire case is Lenox. This seller has it, and these are nice too. These are for tea light candle holders. And when you put the candles in there, it throws a really beautiful shadow around it because of the engraved detail. I think those are really pretty. And a lot of the like Lenox Christmas stuff is that same color with the gold rim. So actually that would go well with it. But there's these other matte white tea light candle holders that I've seen that are new on Instagram, and they're a little bit pricey, but I've had my eye on them for years and I really would just like to buy those instead. Otherwise, I would consider those. But I see there's a little Santa. That vase in the back is pretty. I've just been avoiding stuff with gold rim lately. I prefer silver for most of my home decor and serveware. I just find that some of the gold and brass that you find in home things looks a little bit cheap, whereas like unlacquered brass that you can buy hardware in for your house for your like knobs or sink faucets, it patinas over time and it looks very chic and timeless, but some of the other stuff just, I don't know, it just doesn't hit the same. Okay, it's a little hard for me to get in here, but I saw from the side, look at this. It's absolutely beautiful. It's an off-white. It has a really simple and not very exaggerated. It's quite a subtle scallop edge. And there's tons of it. There's little salad and appetizer plates. There's serveware. There's more down there. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna see if I can get a better shot from the side, but I really like that. I don't know if I've missed that past couple times I've been in here or if that's new, but it's really pretty. And oh, here. And it's like a really full set. Look at that. So pretty. I really love that. If I already didn't have a lot of serveware and stuff, I would, no joke, consider getting the whole set. Stunning. If this was in a little bit better condition, I would consider it. It's really cute. It has a silver rim. It's a heart to like put on your nightstand for rings with like a really pretty sterling silver frame with a black and white photo in it for some nightstand styling. Okay, I feel like I've seen these in here before, but I can't remember. I really love the detail on here, really subtle detail. And there's 3 of them. There's no marking on the bottom, but I think that stuff like this, it's the same as those other dishes that I mentioned when I first got in here, but they're great for you put your supplements in here or like to go while you go grab a bottle of water to take them or for rings or to separate things out on a charcuterie board, like maybe you put some fig jam or something in here. They just end up being practical for a lot of different things. This is a pretty ironstone pitcher with a little lid on it. It has those nice clean lines. And I feel like it's quite a classic style that would go with a lot. I also like these just real simple cups. Looks like they have a, oh, I actually don't know how I feel with that base. They have a cool, like, sort of art deco. Let me see if I can. Yeah, a cool art deco initial on them. That's sort of funky and cool, but these could be cool for like a bar or something. They're quite simple, but with that bubbly base kind of threw me off, but it definitely adds some good weight to them. I also see this pitcher, which is an off-white. Has a lot of crazing. It's not in great condition, which is unfortunate, but look how pretty that is. Really unique silhouette. I love these little details. The handle's gorgeous. Really pretty. This is pretty too. Condiment jar with that little silver sleeve. I did not purchase this last time I was here, and I'm sort of happy that I didn't, although I really love it. I have quite a bit of ironstone, and so I feel like I need to be really mindful to fill in the gaps instead of just sort of like aimlessly buying stuff without any kind of direction of what I'm missing. So, although I really love this, I might end up getting it if it's still here down the road, but I'm about to have my 30th birthday at the house and I'm having someone come cook, which I've never done before, so we can have a sit down dinner. And if I can tell that we're missing some like serveware pieces and I need to fill in the gaps, then I will definitely consider this set. I see this is the silver vendor that I love, that I come see every time I'm here. This is Wedgewood. I am die hard for all things Wedgewood, even new Wedgewood I love. And I really like this line detail on here. These are like an off-white. They're not in the best condition, but man, they really are beautiful. I love like even this little dish. So good. I feel like that's just a super timeless piece. It's the line detail gives it some really special personality, but it's not super ornate. Like this could go with many styles over time, could be inherited. It's just really special. Okay, still here in the silver booth, and I see that these are still here. These are like the prettiest ones, in my opinion, that are here. Someone please come buy them. So I'm not tempted every time I come in here because this is not what I'm collecting. But she has so much good stuff every time. And like a lot of it's quite rare because she buys hotel ware in New York when she's there, which New York is known for their epic hotel ware. So definitely come look if you are at Cooper City Antique Mall or you live in South Florida. Look at this. It's so good. Here, this is on the other side and like sort of in the back, but I see there's more Lenox. And I actually really like this dish with the little handles on each side. It's really small. It has a lot of detail in it, like almost like some folk art detail, like with little flowers and shapes. But that is absolutely beautiful. Again, for like a nightstand or a side table or something, that's a really, really pretty and unique one. This is really pretty. I bet this is threaded. Yeah, it's a threaded ceramic. It might even be stoneware canister. It's has really nuanced color. That green and blue together is beautiful. I have one that's in a really beautiful taupe color, and it's one of my favorite like little trinket items that I have. It's really cool that it's stoneware, but it has that like threaded top on it. And I know that the one that I have actually is quite collectible, but that's a really cool piece with the little four-leaf clovers on it. This darker green color actually looks like brown when you're further away and without the saturation of the camera, but that's a cool piece. I have mine on the side table in the living room. I found two more of these Federalist plates. I'm pretty sure these are the same as the set that's in the case that I keep seeing. Really nice. And this is really nice. This silver dish, it's oval, it's quite simple for 14. Oh, it says silver on copper, so silver plated, but underneath is copper. This is really pretty and it's a good shape for like a soap and hand lotion dispenser or something like that. I really like this. These vintage wooden spoons. I think these are so charming. They're like a much different shape than what you normally see if you go to buy um, wooden utensils now. And I think they're much prettier. I actually noticed this style of vintage cooking utensils when I went through Josh Young's coffee table book, The Artful Home, and his crock on his counter had tons of those. And then I went down a deep rabbit hole to figure out what are those and where are they from. And so I'm still on the hunt for some, Like some of these are quite nice for $7. I'm gonna go through these and see if I can find anything in like really good condition. This mirror is pretty with the little detail on the side and it's small. I actually have one of these that I love and use every day. I have it in one of the little niches in my closet where my jewelry is so that I can see to put jewelry on, but it just adds a pretty detail in an unexpected place. This little canister with the brass lid, it has a screw on top. I'm not sure I would use this for decor, but like how cute would this be to fill up with like Advil or something to throw in your toiletry bag for vacation, or even like in your purse, or to keep in a little pouch in your car door with like a mini hairbrush and a lipstick or something like that. Just like dresses up some of your everyday essentials. I see these, which are in a nice like off-white ivory color, and they sort of have that similar like leaf detail that is on most of my etched crystal and glassware that I buy. Just some little bowls. There's just two of them, but I love that. I'm constantly looking for little threads, little through lines like that detail in my pieces that end up making everything go together over time. Here is a cute little white crock with that blue one on there. I'm always drawn to those and looking for some because I'm looking for one of the giant ones that are like 10 or 12 gallon or even more, like 20 gallon, to put in the entryway of our house for umbrellas, or even just leave it empty, but like something giant and substantial that can sit on the floor. Okay, I just found this. It's all white. It's like more of a true white from Haviland. I really like these. There's two of these small dishes, and I think I'm gonna get them. There was that low oval tureen that I saw last time I was in here that I didn't buy, and it was also Haviland France. And I'm noticing that I really like the silhouette of those items. Okay, you guys know that I'm team silver instead of pewter, but I really love this tray. The detail on there, it's similar to the white plates that I've keep finding in here. Um, I really like that, and I really like this too. When it comes to Christmas season, I'm always putting shiny things and more like metal and crystal into the house. So I'm actually thinking about this, but I'm not gonna buy it today. I'm gonna like sleep on it and see if I still feel the same way tomorrow so I don't impulse buy, but those are really nice and heavy. Okay, I am in Decades, the location off of 4th Ave, which is like more mid-century modern, and this is really pretty. This green handmade pottery piece. I like all of the nuanced details. It's really pretty. It has this little syrup jar. It's pretty. There's tons of unique and interesting pottery here this time, but I think this piece and the green pottery are my favorite. Okay, I love anything with a pleated shade. It's just like more traditional and feels quite feminine, but this is really pretty. It's a floor lamp. The entire lamp is a pleated fabric, which really softens the light and gives it a glow. It looks like it has a chrome base. The brand down there on the base says El Brillo, but that is so pretty. I wonder what the price on something like this is. Darn it. Sold 75. So pretty. Honestly, might have bought that. I absolutely love a good coffee table book. I normally, if I have like a chill weekend at home, I will read one front to back. I'm always reading or in the middle of reading one, I should say, at any given point in time. But this one, I love Scandinavian design. It is one of my absolute favorites. And this is a vintage book. So I'm going to open it and flip through it and might take this home. I see these marble candle holders. Really pretty, very versatile. I like that they have more of a modern shape. Bloomingville, so these are not vintage. I believe I've seen the brand Bloomingville on Amazon, if my memory is serving me, I'm pretty sure. And these, I feel, look quite classic. With this, it actually looks like it's a navy blue and a lighter blue. I wish it was black, but I just love the clean lines. Like in a modern space, that would be great as serveware in the kitchen. Okay, Martha, I see that there's a second one of these pleated lamps. So now I have something to think about. I'm gonna run upstairs, see what they have upstairs, but what a cool piece, like for a sculptural floor lamp, sort of like the chrome rectangular, really like narrow floor lamp that I have in my living room. It's sculptural, it adds interest. This is like giving that same sort of vibe. Okay, so upstairs in Decades, this specific location, because there's another one that's like has more traditional stuff that's off of Federal, but this one has an upstairs area and majority like furniture items up here. I've actually bought two mirrored side tables up here, but they had like more of a traditional shape to them, and I have them in the upstairs loft area. I paired them with a leather restoration hardware couch that's vintage, so it's nice and like aged with a lot of, I don't want to say wear and tear because it's in really good condition, but it's well broken in the leather and it serves as a nice contrast with those tables. I'm just yapping as we walk around, but this is sort of cool. Reminds me of sort of like something that Colin King would use. It's nice and it looks like it's dimmable maybe with this little twist thing. Maybe not. It's too hard to tell without being able to test it, but if you guys don't know who Colin King is, he's a stylist. And also now he has some of his own lines where he's done designs for different brands, but you should check out his new Substack. The Last Layer. It's so good. And as of this video, his most recent article was on some of his favorite lighting. And I love everything that he picked out. Really, he has fantastic style. We have similar styles, I would say, in many ways. Okay, I am back from vintage shopping. It is about a week later. I did just stop by some vintage stores again today, which I did not film for you guys because I am running around preparing for my 30th birthday party this week. So I am super excited and I am going to show you what I picked up. Last week while I had you guys with me, I just washed this because I've already been using it. This cute little plate came in a set of 3. Really beautiful, really simple. Haveland, France. This, I will say, I think that I talked about this in some of my round top videos, but when you buy Ironstone, they're not only different thicknesses, but can be slightly different hues. Like some have a little bit more of a blue hue, some a little bit more of like an ivory hue, some are bright white.
and it depends on the region that they're from. The raw materials that are mined or however they harvest them in that area will determine the different colors. So this one, it actually looks like a pretty true white, I will say. In the store, I thought it had a blue hue, but now that it's in here, it's maybe even a little bit warm, but I love these. I've already been using them. I made garlic confit yesterday to can and put a little bit on here with a piece of toast to dip it in, and it was delicious. So I have 3 of these, which I've already been using and love. I feel like you can do a lot of different things with a plate this size. Put a candle on it, put your rings on it, even put one of those round dish brushes with the wooden handles or the bamboo handles. Many different things you can do with this. Butter, I think it's great. Okay, I just had to run into my bathroom to grab this because I've already been using it. This beautiful oval tray, the side lip is very shallow, which I like, and it just has a tiny detail. It's quite simple. I have it right now next to my sink with this little dish on there. So I have it like this to put my rings and stuff here, and then a hand lotion here just next to the sink. And I've really been loving it. My husband has a silver rectangular tray about the same size on his side that has the soap and hand lotion like this on there. But I've been needing a little tray on my side, and this one is perfect. It's a little bit smaller, but I really love the shape and the detail. Next up, we have this gold metal sort of like basket weave tissue holder. So this, I love these. These are like a linen feel disposable hand towel from Amazon. So when I have people here, I typically put a stack of these next to the powder bathroom sink. And for my birthday, now I can do this. So they will go in here. This will go next to the sink. And one thing that I will mention, because this just makes it so special, these napkins they're quite thick. They have good texture to them. They're soft. They're really nice towels. And one thing that you can do to sort of personalize them, instead of paying to have them personalized, if you have an embossing stamp, which you can get off of Etsy, with your initials, or like for my home, I have a home branding kit. I've named my home. I have a little like logo, if you will, that I put on everything. So when I get around to buying the embosser, I've had them in the past and they're wonderful. All you need to do is spray the embossing stamp so that it's damp with water, and then you can emboss the edge, and it will actually stay like an indented seal with your initial or home branding or whatever on there, and then you can set these out for your guests, and it just makes it really like personalized and special. So that's something fun that you can do, but this is perfect, and I'm literally going to use it immediately, so that's great. Okay, I found this beautiful silver tray. It really needs to be polished up nice, but I love this detail. This is quite a classic detail. Actually, it's similar to this edge, to the other plates, and even Williams-Sonoma. I was just in Williams-Sonoma, and they have plates this exact same shape that are classic. They've had them forever, and I think that this is great. It's round. I don't have one this size. I have been trying to build up a little bit of a silver tray collection, and it's been sort of difficult. I haven't found any that I loved, but this one I saw and I could not pass it up. I had a day of silver trays. So this one I also love. It needs to be polished up, sort of a weird way that it tarnished. But I love just the simple ridges, that it's not super ornate and it's quite small. This is going to be a great one for just like table styling, to set on top of books with maybe a candle. And then this one I thought was a really interesting shape. Again, it just has this simple ridge and it has a C. Normally I do avoid purchasing with monogram letters, but I actually like that Gothic style lettering. And yeah, the shape, this interesting shape with the simple ridge and the Gothic lettering, I still thought was great. They all three need to be polished up, so I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done. I found another one of these glass 3-section serving dishes, and this one had some info on it. So this is a vintage Krosno with a K, Poland art glass 3-section serving dish. So I'm excited to have another one of these. I hope that they stack well. They're so heavy and sturdy and are great for like potato chips, olives, just sort of finger food for when you have people over. You leave this out before you serve food so that people just have things to pick at while they have a cocktail and get situated. I think that that's just a nice thing to do. Even if you don't have apps, just have a couple things, even nuts and cheese to pick at. I found this cute little dish. It has this lid with a pretty detail. It sort of reminds me of a sea biscuit or something, and some little emblems around the edges. It's quite simple. It's a true white, and I figured because this is a lid, I'm going to put this on my nightstand with my mouth tape inside. The mouth tape is bright blue, and right now it's visible on my nightstand. It has been driving me absolutely crazy. So now it will be in here, it will be concealed, and I will still have it easily accessible. These I thought were beautiful. I'm thinking to use these because it's only a set of 2. I'm not going to use them as soup bowls or anything, but I will use them as when we do buffet style meals for large gatherings. I will use these for condiments. So like a tzatziki sauce or a hummus or maybe like a relish or something like that can go in here with just spoons so that people, or knives, so that people can dish themselves up. They have this leaf detail. I mentioned this, but I collect things. I have noticed through collecting things that there's always a through line that sort of ties all of my collections together. So I have a lot of white and off-white, silver. Most of my things, if they have a detail on them, is this leaf pattern. So on my like crystal, you'll see this. On a lot of decorative bowls and trays, you'll see that. Even these, which I also picked up, there's 2 of these, super cute with this little pedestal base, but this too has this leaf detail here. These are an ivory color. They're really beautiful, not only for maybe condiments, maybe to put on a table with like butter in here or even like soy sauce, or just to use for next to the sink on the nightstand as a ring dish. These are super versatile and I love this little pedestal detail. And then they had this matching little, I don't know what this would have been meant for. It also has this leaf detail. These are Lenox, I believe. Yeah. This I'm going to use as a bud vase. So I'm going to use these ivory bud vases on the table with these more Art Deco crystal bud vases and sterling silver candle holders with a white tablecloth, and that will be my tablescape for my birthday. I picked up this glass canister with a silver lid. This, I figured, there's a niche in the wall next to our vanity mirror that I need to put a little glass shelf in there, but I'm going to put our magnesium pills in here because we take them every day. They're white pills, so it's not going to look too crazy in here. And this is just a much more beautiful way to have them easily accessible and on display. I even love I want to call this a fluted detail, but I know that's not right. The little beveled sort of edge on here just adds something special. This was super cheap, $2. And these are good things to look out for because you can organize all kinds of stuff in here, even put like Advil or safety pins or whatever. It's just a nicer way to store things. And you can find these at almost like any thrift store. Okay, next up, this just simple canister. I like that it has a flat lid just because it's easier to grab instead of a rounded one. And this, I have another niche in our water closet, which if you don't know what that is, it's just when your toilet is separate from your bathroom, like it has its own door, then it becomes a water closet. It just allows for more privacy. And we have a niche cut out also that we put some of the extra marble we had inside of. And so I'm going to set this in that niche with my tampons. So TMI, but this, again, it's just a nicer way to display things. I don't like anything that's not good materials, crystal, glass, real wood, real wicker. I don't like acrylic or anything like that. So I'm going to put tampons in here, and the brand I use is Garnu. They're like the cleanest, best, made in US tampons. And then this is actually a Nantucket basket, but it's a napkin holder. But if you've seen those Nantucket baskets, they usually have like a little emblem on them, like a white whale or a shell or something like that. They're super charming. They normally are lidded with handles or they're basket style with handles. This is a napkin holder for like disposable cocktail napkins or linen cocktail napkins. I don't have a cocktail napkin holder, so I thought this was great. You can see it's like very well made, very sturdy, and it has the wood on the bottom. So like I said, I don't have one of these and I'm about to have people over. So when I saw this one, I think it's perfect. Rattan and wicker are just universal. I feel like super classic. So I was happy to find this. A random little find I have, there's an actual name for this tool. I just looked at the tag and it doesn't say on there, it just says navigation tool. But you also use these like in architecture to do hand drawings. I guess not so much nowadays, but my dad used to use these for everything. He used to draw plans to restaurants and houses. Even though he's not an architect, he was super hands-on and did a lot of that himself, had someone else sign off on it and go through it. But I will actually use this. I was excited to find one of these. It's brass and silver. It has a nice pointed edge. It's super well made. And I'm going to keep this in my office. So I'm actually even thinking about using it to draw a circle line on printed menus. I'm going to make menus to put on everybody's plate for my birthday. And I would like them to be round because I'm also going to put a paper doily under them. So this works out perfect. I'm going to be able to draw a nice circle that is perfectly round by using this. So this is a nice thing to have. And honestly, they don't make tools like this anymore. Like even if you wanted to buy one of these new, you'd be probably hard pressed to find one. So I thought that was cool. Okay, if you made it this far in this video, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe. It really helps other people like you find my channel. And I will see you guys next week for another one. Bye.